Top of the day to you. Andrew here from the Glaser Tutoring Company, and today I would like to teach you how to use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of this following polynomial division. So what in the world is the remainder theorem? Well, it basically says that when you have a function, call it f of x, which in this case, this is your f of x. And it's being then divided by, notice the division symbol, it's being divided by some linear function of the form x minus k. Now what's important is that this does not have to be a minus term, all right? But this is the model. It has to look like x minus k, and you'd have to manipulate this. I have other examples in case you're wondering what you would do if that were a positive. All right, I got like, I don't know, 8 other videos on problems like this. Check out the channel. And what we realize is when we have this type of a division, the remainder of that division will be equal to the function's value evaluated at k. Okay, this will be the remainder. So what I need to do is find then the value of k. Now this is really easy. All I do is I take this model x minus k, and I just realize that it matches perfectly, right? So there's your x, there's your minus term, so your k is simply going to be 4. Not negative 4, but 4. Okay, that is the value of k. Now this is nice and easy to apply here, so it's pretty straightforward, but the method I like better is take this linear function, whatever it is, x minus 4, set it equal to 0, solve it for x. Okay, solve it for x is going to be really simple. And whatever you come up with is going to be your k value, which is positive 4 here, right? That's k. Now this method works nicely because if you have a coefficient here like 2x minus 4, well, you can still do this. And you can still use this remainder theorem then. But you're going to be led astray here if in my opinion, if you're just looking at this kind of model. We can manipulate it so that we work it out that way, but no, it's so much easier this way. All right, now that we found the value of k, what we're going to do is take positive 4, what this is saying now, is you're going to take the function, and you're going to plug in, everywhere you see x, you're going to plug in the value of k, which is a negative 4. So here's your function. Remember, that's what we called it at the beginning. And you're going to plug in then positive 4 everywhere you see x. Now this is going to be pretty simple because there's only one x there, right? So it's really not, that big of a deal. But all you're going to do now is evaluate it. So x raised to the 4th, that's 4 times itself 4 times, right? 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Or would it be it times itself 3 times? Whatever it is, you know what I mean. So when you throw that into the calculator, it's going to work out to be 256. And then you got to subtract 1 from it. So the remainder here of this division will be 255. All right, that's the remainder when you do this division. So that's kind of nice. It's a nice short way to find the remainder. Now you can always find it by using synthetic division. You can use synthetic division on this problem because your divisor here is linear. So you can do it that way. It's just a much longer way to do it. But why don't I show you how you could still use that method to find the remainder. Take a look. Bam. So to figure out the number of columns here, which I have 5 of them, you have to look to your highest power of x in the function and add 1 to it. All right. So then what you're going to do is this is going to be the coefficient of the x to the 4th. This is x cubed. This is going to be x squared. This is going to be x, and this is your constant. So the coefficient in this function of your x to the 4th term is a 1. Notice how you don't have x cubed, no big deal, just plug in a 0. Notice how you don't have x squared, no big deal, plug in a 0. Notice how you don't have x, no big deal, plug in a 0. And then your constant term is going to be a negative 1. Okay, so let's just clean this up. Cool. Now what you're going to do to figure out the number or the value that goes on the outside is you're going to take this divisor, set it equal to 0, and solve it for x. And wait a minute, doesn't that look very similar to what we did before? Yes, it does. So this is basically k. Then what you're going to do is you're going to drop the 1 down. You're going to just follow a simple series of steps. Okay, you take the bottom value 1, multiply it by 4. That's going to be a 4. Then you're going to add this column on up. So that's going to give you a positive 4. So then take the 4 here, multiply by the 4 out there, right? So that's going to be 16. Put in the next adjacent cell, add that on up, so that's 16. Then do 16 times 4, right? So that should be 64, but let's just double check. 16 times 4, yeah, 64. Plug it on into the next adjacent cell, add that on up, which is 64. Then you take the 64 here and you multiply it by the 4 out here, and that should be 256, but let's just double check. So 64 times 4, 256. Then take the 256 and add it to the negative 1, and OMG, 255. That's what we said before. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully this helps. If it does, like, subscribe, maybe even tell some of your classmates, all right? Or tell some of your friends. Or actually, if you tell your classmates, they might become your friends. And check out our channel because we have thousands of problems, not only in math here, but we got physics, chemistry as well, high school, college. We'd love to help you with more stuff. We solve specific problems because guess what you're going to see on your exam? That's right, specific problems. Take care.